it's Angie, or Confessions of a Book Addict. So I'm finally doing my wrap-up for Booktubeathon of 2017, and I think I did really well. I read 7.5 books. One of them I had started for the biannual Bibliothon, which was Flame in the Mist, the group book. So I read half of that starting Monday going forward. I finished half before that. So the first challenge was read a book with a face on the cover of it. And someone who's near and dear to my heart, Tolstoy. So it's Tosh Hart's Tolstoy, and this was really good. An asexual character who has this YouTube channel that's like a mini-series based on Anna Karenina, however you want to pronounce it. I like saying Anna Karenina. I don't know why, I think I'm wrong, but that's okay. And kind of what comes of that with her relationships, with the friends she's making with it, once it becomes like a really big deal. Honestly, I kind of lost track of where I was going with the books because I had planned a lot of contemporaries. I don't read that many contemporaries. So in the middle somewhere, I'm like, if I had to read another contemporary, I just would have to, throw my hands in the air and cry. So instead I moved back into the past. So let's say a hyped book from the past. And that would be Sea of Monsters, the second book in the Percy Jackson series, the Lightning Thief series. And it was so good. See, and I loved the first one. I read The Lightning Thief. It's about, a boy who finds out he's a demigod and he goes to a camp that's filled with other demigods. That's the basis for The Lightning Thief. I won't go on to this since it's a sequel. And when I bought The Lightning Thief, I'm like, I love him so much. I have to buy all of them. And I did. I bought all of them. And I didn't pick another one up again. I'm going to assume this was 2 years ago. So I picked it up. And then I'm like, I have to read the next one. And I grabbed the third one. And then I'm like, oh, wait. I want to finish the Mistborn trilogy that I started. Which is really 6 books, but the first trilogy. And so again, Percy Jackson's been put on hold. But you'll see the surprise at the end that I bought myself relating to Percy Jackson. Because I did. I fell in love with it. So then there was the challenge of read a book in a day. So for that, I chose Every Heart a Doorway, which was pretty good. It's really short. It's like 173 pages. It was an interesting concept. The ending was really good. Obviously not going to say what it is, but I enjoyed it. There could have been more to it, but I know there's a prequel to it, so I really want to read that too. I did enjoy it enough. You should definitely pick it up. I did enjoy it enough that I want to read the prequel, because I liked the characters that were in it. It just wasn't my favorite book of all time. So I read this in a day, and I also read this in a day. I love this book. This is coming out. This is Dear Martin. It's coming out in October from Nick Stone. And I wanted this from BEA, and I did not get it. I got it in the mail at work, because I'm a librarian, so I actually just got today the Dreadful Tale of Prosper Redding. So I'm very excited about that. That's the new Alexander Bracken middle grade book that's coming out soon. I digress, as usual. So Dear Martin, it's basically on the Black Lives... It's based on the Black Lives Matter movement. About a black youth who he goes basically to a white school and kind of feels out of place where he is as time goes on, and he gets arrested right in the beginning of the book. He gets handcuffed, and he doesn't understand why, because he goes to this preppy school. He's a good kid, and then it just kind of takes off from there of his thinking of, it's just based on the color of my skin, which honestly, let's face it, in this country, it is, and it's a terrible thing, and it's something that is a big issue that I think we as Americans are not focusing on enough. The next book I chose was The Savage Song, Victoria Schwab, because it is the summer of Schwab. And this was my read a book with characters that are not like yourself. Because I am not a monster, which is what August is in this book. And I do not want to be an evil villain, which is what Kate is in this book. And that's really what it is. It's about August and Kate and how they've come together, and she wants to prove herself to her father, and he just wants to be a good person. So it's like good versus evil and done really well, and there's zero romance in it, which I enjoyed, because you don't always need a romance in it. There's actually a couple of asexual books I read. The Tosh first. A couple of asexual books that I read. The next challenge was read a book completely outdoors. And I chose Eliza and Her Monsters. And it's kind of big, but it has some pictures in it and some, texting and whatnot. So I thought it would be a good idea. I did spend a lot of time outside. I really liked that. That was like, I would sit on my front porch and my son would ride his bike around, or he'd bring out something to do outside. And I really enjoyed just that outside time. We even watched our neighbor's dog because they had to go somewhere, and then they saw us just sitting outside, and they're like, "Can you watch our dog? Because he doesn't want to be alone." So I'm like, "Of course. Who doesn't want a puppy sit? It's an adorable dog." So the book is very good. I got this in my Owl Crate, so it's the exclusive Owl Crate cover. And this is about a girl who has a webcomic that's it's the other side from Tasha Tolstoy. She's very popular online, not popular in real life, and kind of what happens when those things come together, and what happens when she's found out to be the creator of this monstrosity webcomic. It was very good, like 5 out of 5 stars. All these books really, most of them, definitely 5 out of 5 stars. The next challenge was read a book based on the fact that you bought it for its cover. I couldn't read any more contemporary. I had chosen Queens of Geek, and I really do want to read it at some point. It just didn't fit into this week. But look at the cover on Juniper Lemon's Happiness Index. Like, that's another one that I'm like, yes, I need this cover. This was also the group read for Booktubeathon. It was really good. I really enjoyed this. It's about a girl who her sister had died in a car crash, and she kept these little positive note cards, and what happened when one day a very important note card that she had written one of her secrets down on got lost at school, and what came to pass when she went on search for that, and how she was dealing with her emotions with the loss of her sister. And it's very family oriented and friend oriented, and I really enjoyed it. I recommend it. I'm very glad Ariel recommended it. I never would have heard of this otherwise, I don't think. So that is by Julie Israel. The half of a book that I read was Flame in the Mist from Renee Adier. It was for the biannual Bibliothon read-along as a community. I gave this like a 2-star. I did not enjoy this even a little bit. It was really slow. The end, a lot of people say it was fast. I was listening to most of it, and I listen to a lot of audiobooks, and this one I was zoning out, which I normally don't do. Like right now I'm listening to Hero of Ages, and like I want to meet this person who's done this audiobook. Like if I could date him, I would. That's beside the point. Well, actually, that's exactly the point. Like, I love audiobooks. So it wasn't that I was listening to this that made me zone out. It was just the story was driving me crazy, because I was thinking, oh, really strong female character pretending to dress up as a boy to get into the Black Clan and find out, who tried to kill her. And then she was very girly. It had a love story in it, and it just didn't fit. Anyway. That's my opinion, obviously. Everything else I really, really liked. If you loved Flame in the Mist, I'm very glad. I'm very happy that you did. I just did not enjoy it so much. So that was what I read for Booktubeathon in 2017. And that came to 2,368 pages combined. I actually was having to kind of take naps during the day because I have epilepsy and I wasn't sleeping enough. And I was getting dizzy. So learn from me. Don't do that. Don't take readathons that seriously. I'm actually going to be doing the Tome Topple readathon that's run by Thoughts on Tomes from Sam. And I'm gonna try to realize that, there is life outside of the books as well. What I did, though, because I read 7.5 books in a week, so I was very proud of myself, I decided to buy more books. Because why not? And since, I had read The Lightning Thief and loved it and decided I need to buy all of the books when I first read it. So I bought the first 5. So now I finished the second book. I'm not sorry. I'm not. They're so pretty. I can't even open the plastic yet because I don't know what happens in the first 5 books. So I don't want to be spoiled even just by reading the back of the next one. Let me know if I will be spoiled for the end of The Last Olympians, I believe. If I just read the description for The Lost Hero. So please like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you guys read if you did Booktubeathon. Let me know if you read any of the books that I did read and what you thought about it. And keep reading.